All right. So, like I mentioned before, I know a lot of you followed me because of my posts from Europa Park, or like where I was at that Food Loop restaurant. So, as you could probably guess, I'm a ride fanatic and I play Planet Coaster a lot. And by the way, if you want to, you know, download any of my coasters, just go on Steam and look up. Let me see if I can pull up my account here. It's not coming up. But anyways, I'm Zuki TK. That's ZOOKEYTK. And one of the coasters that they have in Planet Coaster that I love goofing around with is from S&S Worldwide. They're based out of Utah, and it's their 4D free fly model. And this is a real life picture from Coaster Force of what it looks like. You have these giant like storks and people riding in canoes on either side, and those canoes like tilt to stay upright at all times. So it's actually a very tame, very family friendly ride. There's currently only one, and this is the one. It's at Skara Sommerland in Sweden. And I built a tiny version that I call Flight of the Crane. That, let me see if I can get a good seat on it. So here we go. We'll see what it looks like from here. And it's about to dispatch here in a second. I also have it block section so that it has to wait until the block ahead of it's free. For those of you who don't know, what a block section is where a coaster will be split up into chunks, and a train's only allowed in each section only can let one train in. And that's way to keep the trains from hitting each other. And so this one is already on the Steam Workshop, but like right here, this is basically what it does. It will rotate over and over, but you never actually go upside down. So like I said, very tame, very family friendly. And I built a lot of scenery up around this one because I just love building scenery up around rides generally. So there's that. So anyways, I built a more extreme version because my whole point of making this video was I was being silly playing Planet Coaster, and I was like, well, what if we took S&S's, arguably most family-friendly design and made an ultra thrill coaster out of it, including a 200-foot drop, hills that have inversions built into them, and flip around those canoes so insanely that the riders absolutely do go upside down, and then end with a dive loop into the station. So here's my most extreme interpretation of the S&S 4D free fly. Like I said, we start with a 200-foot chain lift. This one, I forget exactly what I called it. Like, I think I called it Extreme 4D or something like that. Feel free to look on my Steam profile. It's there to download and incorporate into your park. So we start with that 200-foot drop. And then kind of a weird inversion where the rider vehicles don't actually invert until the last minute. And I love how a lot of the inversions on it are kind of held out and stalled. And here we go into the dive loop. So yeah, that's my interpretation of taking S&S's most family-friendly coaster and turning it into a scary thrill machine.